Hey, this is Ivan, and we are from the center of the galaxy, Times Square. And the topic of today's video is what is a time waster? Okay, this is a serious topic. I'm gonna have to make myself beautiful, and we're gonna talk about this. Oh, not so beautiful, and we're gonna talk about this thing. What is a time waster? Here is a perfect example bar that people go and waste time, and they have good feel. But that is a good in our free time, after hours. But when it comes to business, when it comes to job, when it comes to serious stuff, time wasters are wasting our time. Now, what is a time wasters? I'm going to give a couple of ideas. Time wasters is a special type of human being who feeds on other people's time. Now, sometimes they do it consciously, sometimes they do it subconsciously. Most of the time they doing it subconsciously. Now, how to recognize these time wasters, right? They have signs. For example, they send you somewhere to be on some spot for a certain reason, and they do not show up. Not that only do not show up, but they come late. Usually 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes hours, sometimes 3 hours, and they start explaining how the universe got them wrong, what happened, and da-da-da, and da-da-da. But they never even get a courtesy to call you back and say, hey, something came up and I'm sorry, I cannot do that. So this is one thing to be observed. Now, they also make meetings for which they do not show up at all. You know, it's like that is not important. Now, what this type of people are directly telling you, they are telling you that you are not important, you don't matter, your time doesn't mean anything. And this of course results in the business environment or in a job interview environment or anything like this. This results in total losing of respect to that person. They also show you that not just your time does not matter, but their time is also non-important. Now, the time wasters usually have a couple of sources of income which are not, they do not derive from themselves. Someone is supporting them, like a parent, like a grandfather, like a husband or a wife, a boyfriend, or something like this. So for them, time and money have two different meanings, and they do not know which one is more important, time or money. And of course, obviously, time is much more important than money. And sometimes the time waster is asking you to go and to do something for them. That's like the most common sign of a time waster. They ask you to do something for them like you're obligated to. For some mystical reason, you owe them. Also, you have to recognize that the time wasters are a special entitled creatures. Now here in the United States of America, most of the American people are even getting angry because you didn't go there, you wasn't doing the things that they were supposed to do. And of course they ask you should do that for them, but they didn't even bother to call on you or to check up with you and to ask you how the job is going, how the progress is going. And now, the time wasters are also not related to money. You know, they do have money, or even if they don't have money, they still allow themselves to send you somewhere at some point in time and expecting you to be nice with them. Now, guess what? If you are nice or if you are a complainer about this, that's one point against you. Do not ever argue with the time wasters because they do not understand the concept of time. Also, as human beings, we know by the scientists that different people perceive time differently. What is it, 15 minutes for somebody? It's like the whole day for another person. And there is a correlation here. For example, highly successful people count their time by the minute. A little bit less, more successful people count their time by the 20 minutes mark. The not so successful people count their time by the hour. And the not successful or the losers count their time by the day or even by the week. And that's it for today's topic. And don't be a time waster. We are also allowed to be time wasters, but in our private life, in our party life, and where time should be wasted positively. That's it. And if you like this kind of talks, subscribe to the channel or tell your friends not to waste your time and to subscribe to the channel.